Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about GOP Senator Markwayne Mullin from Oklahoma challenging Teamsters President Sean O'Brien to a fight right there on the Senate floor. Now, this is really crazy. There's a lot I want to say, but first things first. What are you doing, my man? You are in Congress. You are a U.S. senator, not a state senator, not a podunk random town mayor, councilman. You are a U.S. senator in Congress. Okay, you had to get talked down by, of all guys in the world, Bernie Sanders. He's the guy holding you back from Sean O'Brien. Now, before I get into any of that, let's just watch more of what you saw from the very beginning. If you want to see the full exchange, it's like 7 or 8 minutes. I will link to it in the box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. You see the headline right here. GOP Senator Markwayne Mullin challenges Teamsters President Sean O'Brien to a fight at a Senate hearing. Now, we're going to talk more about what this hearing was in a minute, but without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
His behavior, as everybody knows, and it's here. And the last time, him and I kind of had a back and forth. Appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different. But after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sir, I wish you was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company. Myself and my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown.
So what are we doing right now? Markwayne, what are we doing? Are we reading tweets? Are we getting upset at tweets? Is this Twitter beef come to real life? Is that how it goes? Normally, if I was to see a person I had some kind of quote-unquote beef with in person, it doesn't go quite like this. They don't really read off the tweets that they're upset about me over. Okay, that's usually not how it goes, and I have had these kind of interactions, and whenever I've had the interactions, it's been nothing but love. None of this weird stuff, but let's keep on going.
Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution every
Hold
problem?
it. No, sit down.
Sorry, you're a clown.
Sit down.
Look at you.
You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Actively.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond? Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can't, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and bullies.
You have,
And that's
you
what-
have
I don't
the
like
mic.
you because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it. You have the mic.
Yeah.
You have time.
All right.
Make your statement.
Then let's do this, because I did challenge you and I accepted your challenge, and you went quiet.
No, I didn't go quiet. I was.
Hold on.
No,
You challenged me to a cage match,
No,
acting like a
sir.
12-year-old schoolyard
Hold it.
bully.
Excuse
Sir,
me.
hold on.
Hold it. No, excuse me. I have the
I
mic.
will say exactly.
Senator
what you
Mullin,
said.
I have the mic. You have questions on any economic issues, anything?
Yeah, okay. Like Bernie Sanders, okay, you kind of like trying to bring it back. We're talking about going to a cage fight and trying to fight right here in the Senate floor. Okay, do you have any politically related comments to make? I mean, because that's why we're here in the Senate floor. Okay, you are elected by the taxpayers to represent the constituents and then to vote for things that are going to help the country go forward in the federal government, not trying to set up like Bernie Sanders is not trying to be Don King to be your fight promoter, okay? And we didn't pay you to go to Congress for that. It's cool and it's entertaining, but come on, man, what are we doing? Markwayne, what's really going on, boss?
Go for it. We're not here to talk about physical abuse.
You brought.
We're not
him
talking
in.
about. Of course, I did.
And let me show you his hearing, because I want to expose this thug to who he.
Now let's pause for a minute. One thing that I noticed, maybe you guys have seen it. I see cauliflower ears. He has 2 cauliflower ears. What does that mean, ABO? Great question. Glad you asked. When you see MMA fighters, a lot of times they have the cauliflower ear because what'll happen is when they're fighting and then they're getting struck in the ear from, like they're on the side, they're getting hit with a hammer fist or getting punched. A lot of times I have ears like that. You see, like it's not really open the way it should be right here, and it's kind of looking weird. That will tell you that he probably has some experience fighting. But really good fighters, from what I know, they don't go around just trying to pick fights. And that's kind of what he's doing right here. You're talking about tweets and things of that nature. That's not really how you should go around doing things. Now, Sean O'Brien, the Teamsters president, is from Medford, Mass. And the Teamsters, they have kind of a reputation, if that's probably the correct word to use, of some mafia influence. So, hey, man, you're trying to fight using hands and feet while someone else may have the ability to get you vanished. So I'm not quite sure who's going to win. Okay, we're talking about a cage match. One of these fighting Irish guys from Medford, Mass might do you in, but this guy with the MMA wrestling background might do you in as well. That could be even fight. When you're talking about post-fight, hey, man, I ain't trying to get no cement shoes and get found at the bottom of Martha's Vineyard. I ain't trying to be, like the other guy that got found out there, who I won't mention, but y'all know who I'm talking about.
He is. And
Could you not point to me? That's disrespectful.
I don't care about respecting you at all. I
don't
people
respect
that
you at all.
respect. So
All right, hold it.
let me
Hold it. No,
You're one of
hold it.
the most
Hold
elite
it,
people.
please.
Act it.
Please. All right. This is excuse me. This is a hearing to discuss economic issues.
Right, there we go, Bernie. All right, the anti-Don King. Don King would egg it on. Let's get it on. Let's fight. Bernie's like, all right, man. Like, we're talking about economic issues. Let's get back to that. Not trying to fight and set up a cage fight for later.
All right. If you have questions for Mr. O'Brien or anybody else on what he has said, go for it. But we're not here to talk about fights or anything else.
I'm quoting exactly what he said.
You can
and
say
this
what
is-
you want,
This is
but-
your witness
This
you
is
brought.
my
And let me.
witness.
I'm exposing him.
You can
as a
talk
person
anything you
who
want.
is. So
But
in
no fight-
2013,
Nope.
in 2013, O'Brien was suspended by the Teamsters for intimidating your own members. In 2014, you were part of, what would you say, organizing the harassment and intimidation of the Top Shelf crew.
Chef, not chef.
Top Chef. Okay, and then and I think in the reports they said
Like, get it right. I was allegedly intimidating the Top Chef, not Shelf. What are we talking about? Let's get the facts right, my man.
sexual, racist, and homophobic slurs and death threats. 14 tires were sliced, and 5 Teamsters were arrested. And you said, "Well, I had nothing to do with it." But however, in that same statement, you said, "But if I get called to testify, I'll plead the fifth." This is a witness you brought in here. In 2017, you were removed as lead negotiator by then President Hoffa for UPS for your action.
Hoffa, as in Jimmy Hoffa. See what I'm talking about? Man, you might mess around and get missing out here. You trying to harass this guy? Man, listen, you might be going fishing one day and then go fishing for real.
And then in 22, when this guy was elected, what he said after he got elected was he wanted to bring the mob mentality back to the Teamsters. This is your guy.
And you're obviously going to give him a chance to respond to your questions.
Absolutely, because this is my question. Because you called me out. I didn't call you out.
Okay, there's more to this. It's like another about 3 or 4 minutes. Just before time's sake, I'll just go ahead and pause it right there. If you want to see the rest, I'll link to it in the box. But that's what you have, ladies and gentlemen. Your U.S. Senate, your taxpayers. If you live in Oklahoma, this is your man right here. Mark Wayne, a guy that has 2 first names as a first name, might be a threat. But my man, that Irish guy from Massachusetts, man, might stomp you in the wine and then have you vanished. So that's that. Shout out to the labor unions, I suppose. I guess they do some good. I think the Teamsters, aren't they involved with the whole strike with Ford, Stellantis, GM? If that's wrong, y'all let me know in the comments. But shout out to them. I'm not necessarily a big fan of unions because there's a lot of downside to them from what I've been able to see. But if they do good by their workers, then that's what's up. But beyond that, I don't really see the need for trying to fight on the Senate floor. Like, what are you doing? If you got a problem with somebody, you should be able to address it somewhere else. Surely you'll be able to meet Mr. O'Brien in a different setting aside from right there on the Senate floor to address your grievance. Matter of fact, go up to him in the street and then just have your sheets of paper and read the mean tweets off and then settle it right there rather than right there on the floor. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Bernie Sanders for keeping everything cool and holding Mark Wayne Mullen back from hopping over the desk in his suit and jacket and everything else, trying to fight the Teamsters president. But it can be entertaining to see stuff like this, but at the same time, while it can be entertaining, I'm like, man, we're in the U.S. Senate. What are we talking about here? Go out there and vote on things that are going to help us go forward rather than not really doing much of anything at all. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Who you got in the fight? Mark Wayne Mullen with the cauliflower ears or my man from Medford, Mass, Sean O'Brien, Teamsters president, before the fight? Well, during the fight in the cage and then afterward, where you might go to his house and do something else. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. It's cool to have a little bit of entertainment, but at the end of the day, man, like, get stuff done. How about that? We can party and have a good time after we actually get some bills passed of substance. I mean, you're in the Senate and you're in the minority. You're in the House and you barely got the majority, and you got a bunch of ridiculous nonsense going on right there. And you got your man, Joe Biden, in the White House, who is pretty much just weekend at Bernie's at this point, doing whatever the staff tell him to do. So we don't really have any power in the GOP. We should focus on trying to get some power back and getting some bills passed and having the world go forward in a positive way rather than what's going on right now, giving billions to Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, this country, that country, open borders. Let's focus on that rather than mean tweets and trying to set up a cage fight on the Senate floor during a hearing. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.